Hey, what's up, guys? And welcome to another episode of Share the Podcast or Sharepie the Podcast. But you know what? It's going to be called soon the Blessed and Bruised Podcast. We're going to switch over. Once I start having more conversations, it's going to be rebranded to the Blessed and Bruised Podcast. So you heard it here first. Thank you for being here. I'm going to read from a piece called God versus Not God, a situation that I had kind of come up this week, and I thought there was some interesting reflections that came up of it. It's not a long piece, but thank you for being here. And let's start. If you have been around here for a while, you know that I see God in the impossible. I am a huge nerd and a numbers guy. So if I pick up on something that's mathematically impossible and it's a good thing, I try to give the credit directly to God. Something happened the other day, though, and I thought it was pretty interesting. I built up the courage and battled a bit of angst to text someone that I have been wanting to have a conversation with. One that might be awkward for both of us, might be a little stressful, but sometimes you just got to say, hey, let's just have a clearing conversation. I sent it. I sent the text, and I put my phone down, and I felt like I had done the right thing. Now, fast forward 5 or 6 hours, I'm scrolling on Instagram. I see this sourdough recipe that I get excited about because I'm a big sourdough nerd, and I take a screenshot of it. I literally go to, as I'm taking the shot, I see the person that I texted earlier had just liked the post above. Matter of fact, like it was in the screenshot, and I watched it appear. And so in that moment, I'm sitting there in this like impossibility. Like come on, like what are the odds? This person just happens to like the post right above mine, right at the moment I'm snapshotting a sourdough recipe that you know what I'm saying? Like what are the odds? And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, you can be liking pictures on Instagram, but you're not texting me back, or responding. And I'll be the very first to admit that there's a petty little bitch of a human inside of me sometimes. I'm just being honest. I don't always have grace as my first reaction. That is for sure. And it made me think, was this one of those numerical impossibilities that I might have given credit to God if it was different? So then supernaturality or supernaturally impossible things might not always be God? Well, no. The evil one has considerable power too. That's a very, very important thing to remember. And so then, how do I tell the difference? Great question. I'm just going to stick with this situation as my example. But first of all, even though both are capable of supernatural, God is all powerful. His supernatural looks like love and compassion and grace and non-judgment, Joel. It looks like, you know, it's this type of thing where you'll factor in the full situation versus your narrow view of what you think should have been happening. The evil one will make you have the petty thoughts like I had at first, if I'm being honest. There will be no grace. There will be no patience. There will be no mercy or compassion. It will be entitled. It will be self centered. And sometimes when you reflect back on your initial reaction, even for that split second, it might make you feel bad about your initial thoughts or guilty. And there's a slew of other things. And one of them that just kind of came up to me as I'm recording this is sometimes you'll feel like you deserved something different or you deserved something better. Be careful of that. But here's the good news, you have a chance to capture those thoughts before they get too far down the road. You can snatch them back and you can recognize them and say, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't have to think this way. It's only been a few hours. It's all complicated. People are busy. Chill. Take your thoughts and bring them to God and be like, yo, God, can you help me be more patient? Can you help me to take the pain and insecurity that I have rumbling below the surface, and can I hand it over to you to work on? I don't want to be bitchy. I don't want to be petty. I want to be loving and trust you with any and all of my outcomes, even this complicated situation. Thank you for reminding me of how quickly my human side can pop up and steal my joy and my peace. I'm sorry for being petty. Help me to be more full of grace. Amen. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll be back with you soon. There's a lot of stuff in the pipeline right now, a lot of conversations to be had, a lot of content coming, and it's been a very exciting time and a really new concept and a way to support the ministry, and some updates on, this surgery that I'm having June 1st. There's a lot going on, but I'm so thankful for you being here and hanging with me. I promise. You were here first, and you are seeing some of the things that God has done over this last crazy season, and I really think that He's about to do some really incredible things coming out of the season and into the future. Just got this little pesky full knee replacement to go through first, but I am very motivated, and I feel very just at my heart feels like at peace. I feel like I know where we're going and what this is going to be and how we can change the world. So thank you for being here. I really appreciate you even listening this far. All right. Peace out.